Time now for our weekly Tech Talk segment. Marc Saltzman is joining us, as always. And Marc, you're just back from the 44th Annual Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. You gave us a glimpse from the show about what was hot. Now, before we get into your overall best of show picks, what were the big trends there this year?
Without question, tablets. Tablets. There was about 50 new tablets that debuted. And of course, I'm referring to those relatively small 7 to 12-inch devices that you can use your fingertip to, scroll around or read your email, surf the web, play videos, read downloaded ebooks, and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, Apple was the elephant in the room because they don't partake in the CES party, but everybody's scrambling to get a piece of the action. It's predicted, as we've talked about many times in this segment, to be the big product category in the tech space in 2011. So we've seen ones with slide-out keyboards, we've seen 3D ones you hold like a book that, it's on a hinge. So really interesting designs, and some as low as $99. So at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of choice for the consumer. And I envision one day and one day soon that many of us will have 3 or 4 of these lying around our home, maybe on a night table, a coffee table, a kitchen countertop. And you just pick it up and you read your email and, go about your business and surf the web when you need, you have a question, a child picks up, plays a game. So I think these are really going to become, a commercial hit.
I want one. Okay, now, tablets aside, what were your best overall picks then? Tell us about the Motorola Atrix.
Sure. Okay, so the Motorola Atrix, which is coming out in April through Bell Mobility, no price yet, is billed as the world's smartest cell phone or smartphone. And certainly the specs support that. It's got a dual-core processor, which is like having 2 engines under the hood. It's got 1 gig of system memory or RAM, which is about twice that compared to other smartphones. And all that power is for good use. As you can see here on this video, you can dock the Atrix into this faux laptop. It looks like a 2.2-pound laptop, but you're actually using the smartphone. So you now have a full keyboard, a 11.6-inch screen, a mouse. So you're using the smartphone like a computer. Then, as we're seeing here, you can also dock it with another accessory that's optional and look at your videos, for example, on a big screen TV. So they're building an ecosystem for the Atrix that, again, will make it look like a little laptop, or you can use and watch a 1080p high-definition video, not unlike Blu-ray, on a big screen TV in your hotel room or at home. So really exciting to look forward to that in April.
That is neat. And, we're talking about tablets, but you say there were also some unique laptops on display. Tell us about an Acer model that took home some award nods.
That's right. So it's called the Acer Iconia, and this was at the Intel booth. This is a 15-inch laptop. So at first glance, it looks like any other laptop, but instead of a keyboard on the bottom, both screens are touchscreens. So instead of a keyboard, rather, it's a touchscreen on the bottom, touchscreen on the top. So what that means is that the keyboard that you're tapping on, it does take some getting used to, rather. You can switch from English to another language, or if you're playing a game, you can have on the bottom, instead of a traditional QWERTY keyboard with letters, you can have icons that represent something in the game. Or you're listening to music, you can have the bottom show media buttons on it. So you can fast forward and rewind and pause. So it's really 2 touch screens folded together like a laptop, and really it was something that you had to see to really get, and I think it was a really interesting prototype to look forward to.
What's the Ion Booksaver?
Okay, so you've invested in an ebook reader, but you look at your bookcase and you've already bought, over the years, hundreds of soft or hardcover books and thousands of magazines. What do? Well, this clever product will scan, it'll digitize your existing book collection or all your magazines so that you can import them into your ebook reader. So instead of buying them all over again, the company says you can do about 200 pages in under 15 minutes. You press a button, 2 cameras simultaneously take a picture of each page, and then you simply put that memory card into your ebook reader, or you do it through your computer, and now you've digitized your book collection. So it's a great idea, and this is from the company that makes those turntables and cassette decks that lets you digitize them onto your computer to make CDs. So really neat
stuff, yeah. And finally, Sony has added some interesting features to its upcoming XBR Bravia televisions.
That's right. So these are due out in March, from 46 to 65 inches. These are LED 3D TVs. But what's really neat about these televisions is that Sony, a couple of years ago, acquired a company called Gracenote. It's an online music database. So let's say you're watching your favorite TV show, or you're watching a movie, or even a commercial. You hear a song you like, but you have no idea who sings it. You press a button on the TV remote, it goes online, takes a clip of that audio, and then tells you who sings the song, the name of the song itself, and the option to buy it. So that's pretty wild. Also, there's a camera built into these TVs that will, for example, if you're sitting too close, it'll give you a warning. It'll say you're too close. So it's great for parents who are concerned about their kids sitting too close. And it'll turn off, by the way, if you don't move back. And it'll also prevent a child from accessing adult content as well. So it recognizes faces. TVs are getting more and more smart, a lot more internet connectivity, including, of course, on-demand video services, Skype in these TVs. You can make free video calls like we talked about 2 weeks ago. So really amazing seeing that the television and the internet are fusing. They're becoming one, and that was pretty evident at this year's CES show.
Also interesting. Marc Saltzman, thanks for showing us
You got
all of these new things. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.
You got it. Thanks.
Ciao.